felt completely lost after leaving a toxic relationship? What if I told you there is a proven step by step process to reclaim your life, rediscover your self worth, and truly heal? Welcome to Real Talk with Jew. Today we'll be talking about healing from a toxic relationship, a journey that isn't easy, but one that is entirely possible. Let's get started. Hi everyone, welcome back to Real Talk with Jew. I am Jew. Today I want to dive into a topic titled From Pain to Empowerment: 8 steps to healing from a toxic relationship and discovering the power of therapy. In this video, I will be sharing 8 essential steps to heal from a toxic relationship, including real life examples from my experiences. If you've ever struggled with grief, sleepless nights, or even thought of going back to a familiar pain, this is the roadmap you have been waiting for. Stay with me. I promise this could change your life. Before we dive into um, the whole topic, let's talk about what healing really means. Healing is a process of restoring your physical, emotional, and mental well being after experiencing pain or loss. In the context of toxic relationship, healing means not only leaving behind the harmful behaviors and environments, but also dealing with deep, deep grief. When you leave a toxic partner, you start grieving. Just like when you lose a loved one or a job or even a part of your identity. You may go through the classic stages of grief, which is one, denial. What does this mean? It means refusing to accept the reality of the loss or the change. Okay, a simpler explanation of this is at first you feel like you're like nothing is really happening, like there's no situation really happening. Okay, and that's not really um, what is happening. This actually happens when it's your mind decides to protect you from the overwhelming pain. Number two is anger. What does this feel like? It's like a feeling of frustration, resentfulness, or even bitterness after the situation that has happened. Okay, so a simple explanation of this is as reality sets in, you might feel intense anger towards yourself or the other person. All right. This anger is a natural response to feeling hurt or powerless. So if you're feeling this, don't think it's out of place. All right. Number three is bargaining. What does this feel like? It's attempting to negotiate or make deal or an effort to reverse the loss. Go back to your familiar pain. Do you understand? What does this mean? You might find yourself thinking of something like, if only I did better, if only I could change the outcome of what has happened, if only I was able to see forth what was going to happen. You know, this is a stage that you start wishing that you've done better or you knew better. All right, that happens too. Number four is depression. What does this mean? What's this feeling mean? Is a deep sense of sadness and sense of hopelessness. Okay, that happens. It simply is you feel overwhelmed by sorrow and a sense of heavy loss. You feel the loss heavily. This stage is when the full impact of what has happened hits you and you start grieving it. All right. So, and number five is acceptance. This stage is when you've come to terms with what has happened and you're okay and moving on to a better life, or you're moving on with your life. It's a final stage that you recognize that this has happened and this is the situation, and you have accepted it, and you're not happy with it, Joe, but you're okay and you're willing to heal and move on and rebuild your life. So those are the five stages of grief that you might go through. These stages aren't always experienced in the linear order that I just mentioned them. Okay, you might just revisit some stages severally. I think I visited anger at some point before and after I left the toxic relationship. But understanding these feelings can help you be more compassionate to yourself as you heal. So there will be more days when you feel anxious, when you have sleepless nights, and when you wish that um you could return to your familiar pain. All right, despite knowing how deep down it's they hurt you, you might just feel like, oh, I wish I was there. Okay, but recognizing this pain is important because it means that you're processing the loss, preparing for a better future. All right. So now let's go down to the eight essential steps that I mentioned earlier. Breaking down the eight essential steps that can help you and guide you to healing, your healing journey. The first step here is prioritizing personal growth. What does this mean? Rediscovering who you are by setting small, meaningful goals and trying new things. An example of this is, for me, I started reading books, like self help books. I Google everything. In fact, I search for everything. And I even took several courses. This small act helped me learn more about my passion and ability. I lost myself, and I wanted to know who I was again. So this was the way I did that. Number two is set firm boundaries. What does this mean? Establish clear limits so you can protect yourself, your emotions, and your space, your safe space. All right. An example of this is I learned to say no to calls or visits from those people that reminded me of my past hurts, and I created a personal rule to walk away from any conversation that drains me of my energy. Number three is build a support system. What does this mean? It means surround yourself with people who uplift you and understand where you're coming from and what you're going through. Okay, maybe your friends, your family, or a support group. All right, there are support groups out there that you can join. I was blessed with friends and loved ones that experienced what I was going through while I was going through it, and they stood by me. You could join a support group if you have no, don't have like close friends or relatives that you can actually rely on. So there's support groups that you could join. All right. So I encourage you to join support groups because it will help you from the period of isolation and the days that are dark. All right. Number four is develop self care routines. What does this mean? Make daily a time daily to activate um, a nurturing body or mind system. What am I talking about? I'm talking about daily works, journaling, writing down your thoughts. All right, I got sleepless 9 days, even on the days that um, I had so much to do. I had anxiety. All right, so embrace this. Then number five is finances. Take control of your finances to regain a sense of security and freedom. An example of this is I had already began a side hustle. So I'm using my personal life as an example. So I've already began a side hustle, and I was already um, doing like a business by the side. So I was financially stable a bit, and that actually helped me boost my self confidence a little bit and helped through the whole pain and all. Number six is practice mindfulness and gratitude. What does this mean? It means that focus on the present moment and appreciate the positive things in your life. Mine was my kids. All right. Every night I had to write down three things I was grateful for. This simple practice actually helped me shift my mind from dwelling on my pain and appreciating the little things that I have and the joy that the things that I have actually brought to me. All right. Number seven is pursue self development and passion. What does this mean? It means invest in yourself, learn new skills, learn new habits. All right, that will enrich your life and boost your self esteem. I enrolled in an online digital marketing course. Yes, and a lot of courses, which um, actually helped me to expand my skill set, but also it also opened a career opportunity for me. Like example, what I'm doing now. Yeah, that's it. Number eight is seek professional help. Therapy. Therapy is very important at this point. All right. Seek professional help to help you manage the trauma, all right, and your emotions. Okay, while you rebuild your self worth and you rebuild yourself, seek professional help to help you through that. I started therapy after experiencing restlessness and panic attacks. All right, some nights I would not be able to breathe. Okay, and some other times I had migraine, I had headaches and all that. I didn't even know what was happening to me. I didn't know it was a trigger from the deep trauma I have gone through. And this therapy actually helped me realize this and helped me work my way back to reality. Now let's dive into the importance of therapy. Why is therapy very important in your healing process? Let's talk more about the meaning of therapy. Therapy is a safe space, a confidential space where you can talk about your pain, learn about your emotions, and develop strategies to heal. It is not for crazy people. Please don't get it wrong. It is not only for crazy people, it's for anyone who wants to take control of their healing and their life again after going through trauma and abuse. All right, Nigeria misunderstood. They misunderstand therapy for being crazy or powerless. No, it is therapy is actually the other way around. Therapy can guide you through the stages of grief, from denial, anger to acceptance, helping you process your trauma step by step. Through therapy, I learned that I wasn't responsible for anyone else's toxicity. Do you understand? I actually felt like I could save the world. But through therapy, I understood that I deserved better. I wasn't asking for too much. I thought that I could manage my panic attacks on my own and overcome my sleepless nights, but I couldn't. But through therapy, I was able to find peace because I realized that I wasn't to blame for everything that happened. All right. Therapy helped me with the overwhelming anxiety feeling and all that. All right. And helped me find my self worth again. In a society where many see therapy as luxury or a sign of weakness, I want to tell you that is not true. All right. Seeking help isn't a sign of weakness, it's actually a sign of strength. Therapy empowers you to face your fears, understand your emotion, and rebuild a healthy and a happier life. So let me tell you a bit of a backstory. I like using myself as an example because I am teaching from experiences. I have gone through everything, literally everything. I can't. I was thinking the other day, and I'm thinking I've gone through literally everything. All right, so let me share a personal story. After leaving my toxic relationship, I didn't realize how deeply it has affected me. I started having sleepless nights, constant panic attacks. It was not funny. And even physical symptoms and health wise too. Okay, I had symptoms like headache, neck pain, stiffness in my arms, and all that. I thought it was just stress until I began to see um, seek for help. All right, and I was fighting for my marriage, all right, for my kids and myself. And I didn't know I was losing myself, I was losing my health, I was losing literally my life. All right. At some point I OD'd, actually overdosed myself, and I just wanted to end it all. I was overwhelmed by anxiety and fear. I broke down several times, truly. In fact, middle of conversation, sometimes I will break down and start crying. I will be struggling to breathe and all that. I would have the urge to cry even when there is nothing to make me cry. I knew I was grieving. I knew I was going through the stages of grief, but I didn't know how to manage this till I started seeking for help. And therapy has been amazing because I had lovely people around me that would support me, telling me who I was. I needed to know who I was and why I did what I did. And I needed to know that I wasn't to blame for everything. I just was overwhelmed with all the drama, and I lost myself and my sense of, reasoning at some point. But the most crucial turning point was when I started therapy. I had never imagined that therapy could change my life. It helped me see that I was not at fault. I wasn't responsible for everything that has been done to me. It wasn't my fault. At some point, the world will make you feel like it is your fault. You did not wait. You are not patient. You are selfish. You're this, you're that. That added to all the anxiety and all that. But with therapy, I started finding myself bit by bit. I remembered that I was the little girl um, that my mom and my father gave birth to had a lot inside of her that she wanted to give to the world. And I started finding that girl again. In fact, years back, I met someone after my marriage. I met someone that knew me when I was a child. And the person was asking me, "What happened to you?" There is a spark. One spark, the spark that I usually see in your eyes is no longer there. I just answered life. But this happens when you are in a toxic environment or in a toxic relationship, all right? But therapy and the support system will help you get yourself to get back together and regain who you are, find yourself and be confident again. All right. So that's how therapy helped me, and that's the importance of therapy when you're healing. If you found the steps helpful, please hit the like button, subscribe to Real Talk with Drew, and share your story and thoughts in the comments section below. Remember, healing is a journey that takes time and small steps, but every step you take bring you closer to a happier, healthy life. And know that you are strong, you are worthy, you deserve to shine. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.